Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Lorna Reeves, founder and director of MyOhMy Weddings. I'm going to talk to you today about the big one, the big question: how much will my wedding cost? I'm not sure I can give you the answer either, but I can give you some guidance and a little bit of a steer to try and put you in the right kind of ballpark. A little bit of housekeeping before we kick off. If you like what you're hearing and you find the information useful, please do comment and share. If there's anything at all that you would like to know about or you would like some more information on, drop us a line. We're happy to shift the content and create some content to really answer the questions that you want answered. Okay, on to budget. At MyOhMy Weddings, as you may know, we only work with our preferred partners. So that means we've already vetted them and they already know what we're about. They already know that all of our clients are LGBTQ plus couples. So we've already gotten rid of that awkwardness and supposition, and we make sure that they're using gender neutral language, and we make sure that they are inclusive and active in advertising and marketing same-sex marriages. Along with those preferred partnerships, we also talk a lot with them about price and costing. So we're in a reasonably strong position to be able to talk to you about budgeting. On average, the average wedding in the UK costs somewhere between £25,000 and £30,000. That was the last year's statistics. And I'll caveat that with they were hetero weddings. There is not specific data as yet on same-sex marriages. There's nothing quite consistent enough for me to want to share with you. So we'll go on ballpark figures for the time being. So that's between £25,000 and £30,000 for your wedding. That seems a lot. But equally, it doesn't seem that much at the same time. You could easily spend £100,000 on your wedding. Depending on what you want to spend on your venue and how comfortable you want to make your guests, depends on how many extras you add and your entertainment and the type of food and drink. It really depends on what your priorities are for making your special day. The biggest expense you'll probably encounter will be your venue. Most venues will do a wedding package, so the venue cost is caught up with the food and drinks. However, some venues will just do venue rental alone, and that will be somewhere in the ballpark of between £2,500 and £5,000 on average. That will get you the rental of the space for the day usually, sometimes exclusive use, sometimes it will be shared. So really look at the fine print carefully and make sure you know what you're getting for that money. The next biggest expense will be food and drinks, and really there is no clear way of putting a definition on food and drink costs. Ballpark, you want to be budgeting around about £100 a person, so 250 guests, you can do the maths. As to how much that's going to cost you for food and drink, and that's kind of based on your standard 3-course dinner, coffee, wine with dinner, and fizz or canapes after the reception. If you get a caterer, you can sometimes negotiate that price around a bit, and if your venue doesn't have its own license and you end up buying your wine in, the cost can vary quite significantly. As I said, I've just given you generic budgeting ideas. If you get married and you can't bear to wait and you want to get married last minute, you can pick up some interesting deals. You can also pick up some really interesting and intriguing venues. People often go for the standard manor house or the standard registry office, and those tend to get booked up really quickly. If you don't want to wait for your wedding and you want to do it either between 6 and 12 weeks, you can pick up some really good deals. You can pick up some absolutely incredible places. You can pick up Pall Mall for the weekend after next. So providing your bands are already read and you've got your guests and you're ready to go, you could get married at Pall Mall. It's a beautiful, incredible Art Deco venue in London. So consider that. If you don't want to wait, you can get some real deals through late booking. Another kind of venue or wedding that really throws budget out of the window is if you want to get married abroad. And it's something that can be absolutely magical. It can be great memories for you, but also for your guests. They're having either a mini break or a holiday to share that time with you. You can hire villas in Spain and Italy for the whole week and have your guests come out and join you and spend some longer time with you. I recently got a couple to Central Park with a really small group of friends. Central Park wedding, cocktails on a roof terrace, and restaurant dinner for just a small collective. That was really intimate, but again, you can make it as lavish or as intimate as you want it to be. So as a guide and where to start around your budgeting, hopefully you'll have already seen the video that I did about top 3 tips. If not, go back and have a look, and it gives you a good starter for 6 and some conversations that you guys should be having with each other to get on the same page. But that will also give you an idea as to whether you're wanting a big wedding, a small wedding, and where the money's coming from. That will help shape your budget. Jump over onto the website at MyOhMy Weddings, MyOhMyWeddings.com, and there you can download a free planning sheet and a free budgeting sheet. It gives you, quite helpfully, the average spend on outfits, flowers, venue, caterers, transport, all those sorts of things. So you can either think, well, we're going to get married abroad, so we don't really need to think about X, Y and Z, or yes, we're going to get married in the UK, we're going to have it all in one place, so we might necessarily not need a lot of these things, but we might need to spend a bit more in other places. So it'll give you an idea of what you might need to be thinking about spending money on, and hopefully be able to nail down a bit of a budget for you. Do think about wedding planners. Most wedding planners work on a percentage of your overall budget. We at MyOhMy Weddings have a fixed fee, and we aim to make our own fee inbuilt in the value and savings that we can get for you across your venue, across your suppliers' packages. So really make your wedding planners work for you if you're going to go down that line. They're also really good people for keeping an eye on your bottom line, for making sure you're spending your money wisely, also to keep track of when the final payments and things are due for your wedding, because it can be very easy to get lost in the excitement and forget to settle up those couple of weeks before your big day. Well, I hope that's helped as a guide as to how much things can start to cost. If you need any more help, drop me a line and I'd be happy to point you in the right direction. You can find more hints and tips over on Facebook and Instagram. We're also on IGTV and YouTube as well. So if you need anything at all, do drop us a line, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Take care. Bye bye.